Most people, yours truly included, associate Eink with, well, e-readers. But what happens when you use Eink in devices that are meant to do more than that? In our last episode, we explored Eink in a smartphone, and today we'll be taking a look at how well it works in a 2-in-1. This is Bigme's B1051C, their flagship e-ink-equipped tablet laptop hybrid. Right off the bat, Bigme has addressed several of the major shortcomings of their previous devices I've reviewed. The 1051C ships with Android 14. Time will tell if it'll ever be upgraded to Android 15, but compared to their previous devices, which have all shipped with Android 11, this is a major step forward in security and future-proofing. And along with that updated software comes an updated chipset, the MediaTek Dimensity 900. While this processor did come out in 2021, it's an upper mid-range chipset that's comparable to something like a Snapdragon 778. And the improvement really does show. Everything from launching apps to even typing feels much more responsive, and it handles Android 14 without a problem. Thankfully, that extra horsepower doesn't seem to cost you any battery life either. I left the device sitting unplugged while I was on vacation for a week, and it only lost about 40% of its charge. When you're using the device daily, I typically get 4 to 5 days between top-ups. And that's all the more impressive when you consider how thin it is. The aluminum and plastic exterior is 5.5 millimeters thin, and even with the magnetic case attached, the whole package is still impressively slim. The stylus sticks to the side with magnets, and it works without a battery, which keeps the weight down. It's fast, accurate, and it reminds me of the Wacom stylus that my old Surface Pro 2 came with in all the best ways. The 10.3-inch Kaleido 3 display is the star of the show though. It uses Bigme's X-Rapid refresh rate system to display up to 21 FPS of motion, and the larger display size means that the dithering effect that Eink displays use while presenting video is much less noticeable here. I've talked more extensively about Kaleido 3 in my B1051C review, but in short, you get 4,096 colors total at the expense of some contrast. On a device this large and versatile though, it's probably the best e-ink technology for the job, and the adjustable backlight brightness and temperature work just as well as you'd expect. The extra wide bezel is a nice ergonomic touch, and it gives my thumb a nice place to rest while reading. The top bezel is dominated by a soundbar that gets remarkably loud without distortion, and works great for listening to audiobooks. But on a flagship device like this, we can't just consider the positives. The back is plastic, which is disappointing. A unibody metal chassis would have gone a long way towards making the device feel more premium. And one of the areas Bigme still struggles with is software. Everything has been plenty stable, but there are a lot of little things ranging from unintuitive to downright annoying. However, credit where credit is due, when I initially wrote this script, I had 3 examples chosen for things that particularly annoyed me, and in a recent software update that was released as I was filming the video, all 3 of them were resolved. For example, when reading an ebook in the original native e-reader app, the formatting just seemed wrong, and a third-party app displays this same book with much better formatting by default. After the update, the new X-Reader Pro app displays the book with the correct formatting. Another one was when you're setting up a custom sleep screen wallpaper. It didn't have any options for cropping the image, and you would end up with bars at the top and bottom if your image wasn't the perfect resolution. This has also been fixed, although you still adjust the screensaver in a separate app rather than settings, which seems a bit odd to me. A fourth and final thing that I do still find really weird about the device, even after the software update, is that you have to sign in with a Bigme account before it will let you set up the device's built-in fingerprint reader, which just seems bizarre to me. This all got me wondering. So I fired up my previous 2 review devices from Bigme and found an update containing most of these same improvements waiting to be installed. Keeping these older devices up to feature parity with the latest and greatest does wonders for consumer confidence. Overall, I would still say that the design of the interface doesn't quite have the same level of polish as competing software from Remarkable, Amazon, or Books, but I'm hopeful that Bigme will continue to improve things here and in all the rest of their products as time goes on. However, we still need to address the elephant in the room, and that is the price. The Books Air 4C is Books' direct competitor, and it comes in at $499, $140 cheaper than the standard 1051C, which starts at $640. If you buy the 1051C bundle, which includes the keyboard case, the price increases to $718. That keyboard is very nice though. The keys are clicky and tactile, and it interfaces with the 1051C through a strip of pogo pins on the back, much like an iPad. This eliminates the need to charge the keyboard, and it keeps everything nice and slim, and dramatically improves battery life compared to using a Bluetooth keyboard. But is the great speaker and keyboard really worth the extra coin over a competing device with slightly more polished software? That's a decision only you can make. But for me, I'm gonna grab a laptop for any serious typing and a pair of headphones for any serious listening. No device is ever perfect though, and if you're looking for a premium tablet 2-in-1 with an e-ink display, this should definitely be a contender. Overall, the device does work really well, and as long as you're honest about what you're gonna do with it and shop accordingly, I think you'll have a really good time with it. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, hit like, get subscribed, and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any of my future videos, and I will see you guys in the next one.